Hey, this is Steve from VisualForge. I wanted to show how I do development. So I work with Claude. I do vibe coding, but I have 25 years experience as a developer. So been developing a long time. And this GitHub issues that I'm working on. One is like with the planner UI, and then one is with the Video Studio Scene Editor. And I'm kind of iterating over this with Claude and testing it. So like I've moved from more of a dev role to a kind of like a architect, manager, tester. So, so like I'm not doing the dev part anymore as much with this Claude. So here's this 1668 feedback log. Oh yeah, I asked it to go through this one log. I think that might be here's 1678. Yeah, this one, the planner UI. So I started this planner with Claude 4 days ago, and I'll show you the planner. I'm kind of excited about this. Well, really excited about it. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I wanted to find a way where I had this like idea queue, and I had these presets for stories and stuff, so they're like settings to feed the AI prompts. Because I wanted those to be consistent for different story types, or just have some settings I could keep referring back to for efficiency. And then I had the ideas, and I was like, okay, it'd be good to be able to tie these together. So I added that here. And then the characters, I wanted to be able to reuse characters for one because it costs every time you generate them. And then also like people could spend some time like editing the details about certain characters and their portraits and the image prop, like give them a place where they can iterate on a character and then easily reuse it in different videos, so this character is in, yeah, and I should list the cast here, so there's like a lot of good stuff that you could do, like still improvements that could be done. And also I would like to show like in the idea, like be able to open this and see the title and description, and then actually like see the cast members with their pictures and the preset, although the presets can be kind of detailed. I'll show you. It's not that bad. You could have it like on another tab or something like that. So it has some things like the typo story. This is an adventure one. The other one was like an inspirational story type. This one's a fantasy. And then it'll generate dialogue for the characters. The characters are not speaking in their own voices. That was like the plan when we like started developing this a few days ago. So we haven't like fully completed the whole plan. And I think there's still like these suggestions and the other prompts, they work. We have other places where we're using this, but here I don't think, oh yeah, it's just a preset. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, the setting is actually good here, but the central conflict, I think things that are like really specific to the story like this shouldn't even be in there, and probably the ending and stuff. I want it to be like more of the physical characteristics and things of the like that, things that can be used in multiple stories, and this kind of like ties it down, like the ending and the conflict. It's like too specific. I mean, the setting's like even debatable, but like you could have a whole series taking place in an apartment like Friends, So I mean, or maybe like on Mars or something, or in the desert. So that's not really unreasonable. And I'll definitely update this to have like I think a whole like thing like the casting characters, like that is something that I was planning on and reviewing, like the whole concept and design with Claude. We actually started developing on it too, so I need to resume that soon. But this was getting all this was getting so complex, like we wanted to just like take a step back. But I do think like so we're gonna have the location, and it was going to have like a lot of different pictures of like locations that are supposed to be used, in the video. And so the way it works is the AI model take these with the prompt as reference images and generates them for the models that support that sort of thing. The ones that don't, it uses the description instead. And those are like the Nova models. So these are all the ideas that I have right now. I guess under fiction, and then under inspirational, these are the ideas. I haven't really gone through them and look at them, but plan is like just to try to find some good ones, and then you can schedule them by clicking. So if there's like some idea that I really want to go out, like with the automated job, I should be able to click, like this one says earthly grounding. So I click this, oh wait, click this schedule. And then over here under the automation, there it is, earthly grounding. So that's going to be like next when this thing fires again. So that it ran actually 32 minutes ago. And then you can click view output to see when it ran. So I'm not sure what order it's going in. And I thought this had 4 last time, so maybe it's not working. This thing is not working right. I don't know. But if I go over here and look at the projects, this was the one that I generated this morning, and it should be visible here. So there's some kind of issue with this I gotta look into. See, I can do this. It like even says success. So let's open up an issue and have Claude look into this. So the way I do like my development, people might be into this thing because it's pretty efficient and it's similar to like the way developers work with people. So like if I were a manager, or like another developer, and I wanted to log this as an issue for me to work on later or my coworkers, then I'm just going to like paste the picture in here. And usually we'd have like some kind of story that references or like a user story like that, which is basically just like an issue for this component, like the automation component, which I probably do somewhere in here. So sometimes you would refer back to that one, but I'm just going to open a new one because if you do it that way, then you have them all like tied together. But you could like do related or add labels. That's the best way. I guess that's the way you do it here. In GitHub. So as automation, automated tests. I think scheduler maybe. Yeah, maybe there's that one. So I gotta edit my labels and add a schedule one. I got a lot of schedules or a lot of labels, but here I'll do. These just generate. I'll just say generation. These are like slideshow videos right now, so I'll say maybe slideshow video automation. All right. ACD about the capitalization, I guess. The slideshow video generation under automation on the left nav. Okay, so that one, I lost my issue, but I think GitHub saves it. Yeah, so here it is again. Enables slideshow videos. But the other one was like automation. Schedule, what did I call it? Probably gotta refresh it. There. Alright. I gotta focus on this thing a lot to try to make sure it's all working good. Because I want to start using it. Wait, I probably didn't need to do that. Okay. This is video successfully 35 minutes ago, but I don't see it through projects. So I create that and then I send it. So I could have Claude just monitor for updates. I probably should do that, but I just pasted it in here for now. So these are some of the changes I've been working on. this morning, updated the Claude model for the text generation, music editor, UI fix. The preview playback still wasn't working. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. Scene editor, I gotta verify that. And then this feedback, AI characters, respect story type. Oh, okay, cool. That's a good one. All right, so I want to. So then, kind of like my job, if I'm gonna do my job the right way, I'd like verify that all these. Like sometimes, like I'm too busy or lazy or whatever, and I don't verify everything. And I'm just willing to take the risk or something if it's not that critical. Or that, I mean, I have test automation and test agents in here too, but I only let them the the automated ones, the agents that are like running these tests, I only let them do it in mock mode, so it's hard to get like some of the test scenarios accurate. Maybe eventually I won't let it. I just don't want them generating a bunch of content I have to pay for, so kind of restricting what they can do for a little bit. Okay, so the one thing was that I was last working on was trying to see if this music would play because this is a brand new thing that added this music timeline or music track to the timeline, and I can't even hear it. I think it might be on my remote computer. One sec. Yeah, that's on my remote. So I go here. I gotta refresh my cache just to make sure I got the latest. And then what did I do that? Okay, sorry, I'm in prod. Gotta go back to dev. I'm gonna jump in the middle
Mindful
because the
thought
music should be like louder. Turn this down a little bit. It's kind of loud.
shifter. With awareness and the right tools, we can rewire our brains to foster a more optimistic and resilient approach. This is where the principles consciously nurturing the positive and removing the negative,
See, I
we
don't
create a
hear it.
flourishing garden of the
So I don't know if I have to regenerate it or what. So I'll say I'm still not hearing the music, the video timeline, or video studio, video studio. All right, I'll try switching the track to something more crazy. Like, I think I'm on the remote. I gotta just close this. All right, I'm closing that one too. Close everything. Well, I'll keep this for my notes. But so I'm doing the development on one computer and I'm testing on the other, just because the computer performs better. And I'm working on my laptop. All right, and then this looks like it's. Oh, wait.
mindful thought shifts, written by Frost Falcon. With awareness and the right tools, thinking can create a downward spiral, affecting our mental health, relationships, and overall quality of life. It often stems from past experiences, societal pressures, or even biological factors. However, with awareness and the right tools, we can rewire our brains to foster a more optimistic and resilient approach. This is where the principles of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and positive psychology come into play, offering us structured ways to identify and challenge our negative thought
Yeah,
patterns.
it doesn't work.
Imagine a serene
So
garden where each plant represents a
I read something where this player just isn't playing anything. It isn't just. Is it saying the projection returned on? Yeah, and sometimes it's better if the AI tests it because it's just more efficient. So when it starts failing a lot, try to make it. I'm not sure if the AI like sometimes it misses like really obvious stuff. So this last question I'm asking, it kind of just doesn't have a good understanding of the user's perspective sometimes. Like to me, it's really obvious that I would want to change the video or hold on. Yeah, what you're hearing is not the compound. Wait, I don't want to hear them. Okay, yeah. I don't know if this is even possible. I don't even want to bring this up actually because it's related, but it's not the problem we're working on right now. So. All right, I couldn't help myself. I brought it up anyway. That's a thing I have. I always want to like fix everything or change everything, and it's so easy with Claude to start taking on new stuff. So you're like, let's just fix it all, and then all of a sudden you got like, I don't know, half the stuff is broken, half the stuff is working. You know, you got a bunch of new changes. You got to work through all the bugs again. So this what I'm suggesting would be a pretty big change because it says yes, that's exactly the same root cause. It's so related, you know. I want to bring it up. The editor is showing the rendered MP4 a frozen snapshot. So any edit you make after the render, new scene images, music, scene changes doesn't show until you re-render. For an edited surface that's backwards, you should see the current work, yes. So at least it gets it when you explain the problem. I remember when we were developing this too, I was thinking the same thing, and then for some reason, yeah, I just thought maybe it'd be too challenging to get it right or something. I hope this change it doesn't like introduce like a ton of bugs with the playback, but oh yeah, it's gonna have a toggle there, so at least it'll be able to play the MP4. It looks like it'll have a toggle, so that's good. All right, so back on. So yeah, that the whole thing I'm talking about is here. This video, like when we play this thing, like it can jump to different scenes and play them, but
With awareness
this
and
is
the right
actually just
tools,
coming
we
from the
can rewire our
MP4,
brains.
and so if I updated something in this scene, where is it down here? If I updated the voiceover, I'd be able to hear it here, but not over there, like the regenerated one. If I regenerated this image, like updated the prompt, and then regenerated it to like remove the text up there, then the way it is now, it wouldn't update this at all until you click generate video. So that's what I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to fix like when this should be like the editing, viewing like the editing surface, not the generated surface. And it looks like it's going to add some toggle for me, so that's cool. All right. So it's deploying. Sign off for now. Thanks for watching.